من امروز در تگزاس هستم، در هیوستن تگزاس، و با بعضی سیاستمداران آمریکایی که به خصوص در تگزاس هستن صحبت میکنم. و مسئله امروز ما مثل همه روزها گرفتاری موزلی که بر کشور ما ایران میرود هست. و از اونجایی که دانشجویان و به خصوص جوانان نسل ما تقاضا اینو کرده بودن که همدردی و حرکت‌هایی را که در آمریکا آیا دفاع میکنن از این مسئله که در ایران هست یا نه، خوشبختانه میبینیم نه تنها مردم آمریکا بلکه تمام سیاستمداران آمریکا هم در حمایت از مردم ایران قدم اول را برمی‌دارند. برای همین قبل از هر چیزی من ترجیح میدم، به دلیل اینکه دوستان ما امریکایی هستند و کانگرسمن های کشور ما هستند، ترجیح میدم که خانم امی پاول شروع کنه و صحبتشون رو از ایشون انجام بدیم به اصطلاح. از این نظره که من از میس امی پاول asking that please do start to introducing our guests to the Iranian people and Iranians around the world, and plus including the every people can understand the Persian and English. Would you please?
Certainly, certainly. Thank you, Mr. Ahmadian. Ms. Riddle has been a state representative for 7 years, championed many valuable issues such as legislation to stop pedophiles and other sexual crimes, also issues dealing with national security, specifically regarding Israel and the Middle East. Those are issues extremely important to her, as well as ballot security issues. I heard Debbie say that the #1 priority of government is to make sure that the people are safe and secure. Would you like to add anything to that?
Yes, I think that the #1 priority for all elected officials, regardless of what their position or actually even where they are, regardless of the country that they're in, is to make sure that the citizens are safe and secure. That is the #1 function of government. But I compared it to like a sugar bowl that has 2 handles. That the security of the ballot box must also be well established. The safety and security of the people and the safety and security of the ballot box. Because if the ballot box is not secure, if the people, when they go vote, if their vote is canceled out by someone who is who's voting illegally, then that just completely does away with democracy. It does away with our freedom. It does away with everything. The vote is the life.
Right.
And we lose it all with compromising the integrity of the ballot box.
Representative Fletcher, you've spent much of your life defending other people's right to be free.
And when I see the things that are going on right now on TV, it really concerns me that in Iran, it truly concerns me that it appears that law enforcement is being used as an arm of the government. And you know, we are an arm of government, but we're the people's protectors. It's protect and serve in this country, and those men and women over there that are being victimized, especially, it looks like a lot of young people to me. It looks like a lot of students, and they're our future, and we care about them, and we care about the people here, the young people here in America. And I know that over the years there's been ups and downs in our relationships, and I think that I saw some statistics the other day. You have a huge percentage in Iran of young people between 18 and 25.
45%.
And it's amazing. It's amazing to me, and we need to start today. We need to start about our future relationship and not dwell in the past. And I think that we can work together, and I know that the young people of America and people in Texas want to work with the young men and women of Iran for our future.
If you were a policeman in Iran, knowing chain of command and knowing how that works, how would you handle getting an order that goes against what you believe, as far as shooting and doing things to the people?
Well, I can tell you that here in the great state of Texas, and in law enforcement in America, we as peace officers are sworn to uphold the law, and we're not allowed to break the law to enforce the law. And what I see happening over there is I see men that are involved in law enforcement breaking the law to enforce what they perceive to be the government's law. And so my advice to any young person that's involved in law enforcement in that country was to, whatever action I were to take, I'd make sure it was within the laws of the country and of my God.
There you go. That's key. That's key.
Right.
If you were to see your constituents being abused in the manner that in Iran they are being abused, as elected officials, what would you do to stop that situation so that the people could actually have the ability to live a normal, peaceful, happy life in a very condensed time frame? I know that's a very long question.
That's a very good question, actually.
Well, I think one of the first things that I would do, and of course we're in a different situation here in Texas and in America, but should something like that occur as an elected official, I would grab, as we call it, the bully pulpit. And I would get out in front of the media, I would get out in front of the microphone, I would get out and do whatever it took to have the people's voice heard. I think what I see out of the Iranian people now are a lot of very brave folks. And so I think that it's always easy to sit and be an armchair quarterback, if you will, but I think that there are many, many very courageous folks over there that are willing to put their life at risk in order to stand up for what is right. And I would simply encourage the elected officials over there to have at least as much courage as the citizens have.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth?
You know, have at least as much courage as the citizens have, because the citizens are showing a huge amount of courage. And quite honestly, what those citizens have done with their courageous actions has been an inspiration to folks worldwide. All freedom-loving people, they have been a true inspiration.
Represent